Thank you for joining us today. I'm Eric Steffi, CEO of Federal Solutions. Politics aside, we're here to focus on what matters most. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to cover what federal employees actually need to know and what to do during this shutdown. What we're going to talk about today is what a shutdown actually means in legal and practical terms, how it affects federal employees, furloughs, pays, benefits, workplace rights. Then the difference between a shutdown and a debt ceiling crisis. Then we're going to look at the steps that you actually need to take to protect your finances and to plan for re-entry once funding has been restored. I know that going without pay creates stressors. Thus, our aim at Federal Solutions is to give you the information you need to make the best decisions possible. If you need more information or guidance, please reach out to us at federalsolutions.expert. With that, let's get started. What do I do now is the question that we get. The sequence of events that led to the government shutdown was Congress failed to pass a spending bill to keep the government going. So all government authority to spend money expired, called the Anti-Deficiency Act. So all federal agencies must stop non-essential operations because no money has been approved at this time. So 750,000 workers are called non-essential. What that means is Wednesday, they didn't have to show up to work. They weren't allowed to show up to work, and you're not going to get a paycheck until after the budget has been approved. But with non-essential workers, there has to be essential workers, people that are necessary to be there. They have to show up to work, and also they're not going to get a paycheck. Their pay will come after the new budget is approved. So they're working for no pay at the same time. Now, every agency has been affected by this. So you're going to have people that were furloughed, then the ones that have to work, and they're going to be making up for the workers that aren't there. So they're actually going to have extra work that they're doing for no pay that's going on at the same time. Let's look at the debt ceiling. Debates and government shutdowns are different issues, but our research shows that they often happen around the same time. When Congress fails to fund agencies, a debt ceiling crisis is often on its way. When the government hits the debt ceiling, the Treasury is then allowed to borrow money out of your thrift savings plan. The money will come out of the G fund. The government is going to pay you back, but it's something that the federal employees should know and understand. It's your money. The government will borrow it if we hit the debt ceiling. What you'll see on this slide is how often a debt ceiling happens at the same time as a government shutdown. Look at the last 40 years of what's happened. You can see in the red lines when they had government shutdowns, and the blue line shows when they hit the debt ceiling, and they coincide with each other. So there is a great chance that we could hit a debt ceiling, which means the government is going to tap in to the G fund and take money out. Now let's shift gears and look at what do you need to do now. This first step is confirm your status. You know if you're an essential worker or non-essential. Read the letter that you've got to make sure that you follow the letter of the law that they lay out there. You're not allowed to log in or work. The second step is, how do I take care of my finances? The first thing you need to do is reach out to your mortgage company or whoever you rent from, your car payment, your credit cards. Let them know you've been furloughed. Most of them will work with you during this time as you're not sure when you're going to see your next paycheck. So ask for help. Call your credit union, credit cards, everyone. Prioritize. If you're looking to make a big purchase, defer it till after you started receiving your paychecks again. We're not telling you not to, just defer it. Then you need to check with your state's unemployment. You may qualify. For some people, federal employees that have been furloughed, they may look for part-time work. We always ask you, look at the ethic rules from your agency to make sure that you're allowed to collect extra money, get paid for a part-time job. Then your benefits. What is going to happen to them? First of all, your federal employee health insurance. It is going to stay in effect. It'll be caught up once the budget's been approved, but you can still see the doctor. It is not affected at all. Now, your thrift savings plan, they are not going to make any deposits. And once the new budget's approved, it will go forward in any work time that you have, they'll start those deposits. On your first payment, they will continue making those deposits as you go forward. It does not affect your time of service, that it will not show a gap. On leave time, sick leave and vacation leave, you are not allowed to use that during a government shutdown. So you can't, well, let me just use some sick leave or vacation leave so I get my paycheck. No paychecks will be paid at all. So it's not a time to try or attempt to turn those on at this point. Now, let's prepare for when it is time to go back to work. You can use this time to set up a routine, to stay busy. You can work on professional development that may help you as you get back in the workplace. But you need to be prepared. When you go back, depending on how long the shutdown lasts, it's going to take time for them to catch up with the retroactive pay. Now, what does that mean? There was 110,000 people that just retired on Wednesday. There are people that have been riffed and let go. And the people out of where they pay, the finance department that makes the checks, you may not get your normal check. It may take a couple weeks for them to get those cut and paid to you. So just be prepared. Once the government turns back on, it may take them an extra week or two to get things back and your checks coming in order. So we recognize that the current government shutdown creates significant uncertainty and hardships for many federal employees and their families. You'll find more resources at federalsolutions.expert. We'll continue to share updates as the situation evolves. On behalf of the team at Federal Solutions, know that your service and dedication are deeply valued. We remain committed to supporting and serving you during this challenging period.